Hello, I'm Reverend Beth Caulfield, Director of Small Groups for the United Methodist Church of Greater New Jersey. It's my prayer that over the next few minutes, you'll get a stronger sense of how you can better bring small group ministry into your church's context. I'm going to be moving quickly, but if anything I mention pricks your spirit, be sure and write it down. Small groups have been part of our United Methodist heritage from the beginning. When John and Charles Wesley were at Oxford, they formed a small group that became known as the Holy Club. They brought together classmates to connect, pray, fast, study the scriptures, and go out into the mission field together, visiting the lonely in prison, teaching orphans how to read, and meeting the needs of those who are on the streets. Wesley formed this model by studying the scriptures carefully, where he saw Jesus working with a tight-knit group of 12 disciples, and he read verses such as Hebrews 10:24 through 26 that says, "And let us consider each other carefully for the purpose of sparking love and good deeds." Don't stop meeting together with other believers, which some people have gotten into the habit of doing. Instead, encourage each other, especially as you see the day drawing near. Wesley began Methodism as a disciplined way for growing people in their faith beyond worship services. He introduced a small group model to help people stay accountable to God and one another. Since Wesley's time, the models and contexts for small groups have multiplied and remain central to the faith formation in the United Methodist Church. People in a small group go deeper in their faith and build relationships with others that reach new levels. They think in a new way about God, their own lives, and about each other. I can tell you that when I joined a small group, my prayer life really developed and the scriptures came alive to me. I formed some of my closest relationships and discovered my own calling to ordained ministry through small groups. Small groups tend to catch like wildfire. Once people experience them, they want more. The key to success is offering people consistent opportunity for deeper connection with God and each other. And there are many ways this can happen. Small groups can form as Bible studies, such as Disciple Bible Study, as topical studies, looking at anything from forgiveness, marriage, or healthy lifestyles. They can form around theological issues or studying theologians or other heroes of the faith. They can look at Christian history, social justice, life after death, or world religions, or discussions on the pastor's sermon on Sunday. There are small groups that are accountability groups, such as traditional Wesleyan covenant groups, prayer groups, support groups, including grief support, newcomers, addiction recovery, grandparents raising grandchildren, empty nesters, moms groups, divorce groups, and more. Ministry teams, including the Bell Choir, the Finance Committee, Stevens Ministers, the Praise Band, the Sunday School teaching team, or your local or traveling mission teams. Interest, activity, or hobby groups like quilting and gardening groups, exercise groups such as Zumba classes, hiking clubs, high adventure groups that include activities such as snowboarding, rock climbing, water skiing, country line dancing, bowling, rummage sale groups, dining out groups, movie groups, book clubs, Christian concert groups. The list is only as short as your imagination. The key to each of these groups, however, regardless of the topic, is that they include an intentional plan for growing people's discipleship.
The Couples Connection is a really exciting thing that I've been doing at this church for over 11 years. So now we have the Couples Connection that meet for an hour, hour and a half together as a group. And at the same time, we offer what I like to call creative childcare in the Kids Club. We try to make it sound fun and exciting. The funny thing about that is the parents would find it very easy to come because the kids would say, when is it time for Kids Club? So it really developed a community not only for the adults in the Couples Connection, but for the kids in Kids Club, because they got to know each other better and looked forward to coming to church and to seeing one another. So it was really a win-win-win for everybody.
There's really nothing for the men, and so I created something called Monday Night Man Night, where we would gather together, we would feature food, football, and fellowship, and we would work through a book together about an hour before kickoff, and then everybody would stay and we'd wind up watching the football game together, who was ever playing that Monday night. The neat thing about Monday Night Man Night is that it was started for the men in Westmont United Methodist Church, but the idea behind it is to get people from outside of the church into the church.
우리 교회는 37개의 속회가 있습니다. 웨슬리 전통을 따라서 그 속회라고 부르는 그 미팅이 있습니다. 한 달에 한 번씩 만나고 있고, 성경 말씀에 대해서 잠깐 묵상을 하고 난 다음에 쉐어링을 하는 게, 그러니까 삶을 나누는 게 저희의 목적이라고 보면 됩니다. 그 외에는 또 나이별로 34개의 그 선교회가 있습니다. 지역별 속회는 영적인 성장을 위해서 있다라고 한다면, 이 선교회는 서로가 서로에게 기도하면서 또 삶을 나누면서 친하게 될 수 있는 그런 역할을 또 감당하고 있습니다. 우리 교회에 문화센터라고 하는 기관이 있는데, 거기에 보게 되면 뭐 퀼트 그룹, 아니면 히스패닉 랭귀지 배우는 그룹, 뭐 색소폰을 같이 부르는 그룹이라든지 다른 랭귀지를 배우는 그룹들, 쿠킹 클래스, 이런 것들이 있으면서 다양한 활동들을 하고 있습니다. 이러한 인터레스트 그룹들은 교회 사람들뿐만 아니라 교회 바깥의 사람들도 한 40%가 참여하고 있습니다. 그래서 그들이 교회 안으로 들어오는데 굉장히 중요한 역할을 감당하고 있습니다.
Small groups are a safe place for people outside of the church to be able to come into an understanding of what authentic Christian relationships look like.
스몰 그룹은 갈보리 교회에 있어서 척추의 역할을 하고 있습니다. 그 이유는 스몰 그룹을 통해서 다 개별된 개인으로 있던 사람들이 서로가 서로에게 연결이 되어져서 그리스도의 한 몸을 이루는 공동체가 되어지기 때문입니다. 그래서 스몰 그룹에는 모든 교인들은 새신자애들 경우에 거의 의무적으로 참여하도록 그렇게 권면하고 있습니다.
Small groups, to me, are probably the most meaningful thing you can do within your church. Sunday mornings are wonderful and I think important and vital. But when you do things outside of the sanctuary, the dynamic for goodness and wonderful things just goes through the roof. It's so much more important that we carry out what happens here beyond. And I think small groups really allow that to happen.
Make location and time key considerations. Some prefer to meet in homes, others find meeting at the church more practical. Groups have found success meeting in coffee shops, diners, parks, the beach, and other places. And don't forget online. Online groups can be live or a place for people to dial in through chat rooms or social media at times that are convenient for their schedules. These alternative location groups, by the way, tend to attract more people who don't attend church regularly. Pay attention to the trends in the needs and the interests happening in your congregation and your community. Small groups have life cycles, and although some accountability groups go on for years and retain the same members, others follow a curriculum with a specific end date. Members may be able to join at any time or only at the beginning of the next group that starts. Some groups meet until it's clear that the group's main purpose has been accomplished and it's time for all to move on. Trends today are for shorter-lived, defined end-date groups. The final point to successful small groups is to carefully select and train your facilitators. These leaders shouldn't focus on teaching, but rather on fostering an environment where everyone feels comfortable, cared for, and confident in sharing in the discussion. The Connectional Ministries team is here to help you. Check out the small groups webpage on our website. It includes a list of curriculum recommended by leaders throughout Greater New Jersey, It has videos, training materials, presentations you can download, suggested books, gateways to other websites, and information about upcoming small groups learning events for both clergy and laity. You'll also find contact information for our small groups resource team. That's 12 individuals, both clergy and laity, who are willing to share their expertise. Check out our blog as well on the Connectional Ministries page of the G&J website. You know, Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one friend sharpens another." It's my prayer that you'll make that opportunity available through small groups in your congregations. Remember, you can email or call me, and may the Holy Spirit guide you. God bless you.